When I saw Lego Bonsai Tree, it was the love at first sight. It didn't have to grow on me. Lego launched the Botanical Collection in the beginning of this year as a sub-team of Creator Expert, and they tied it beautifully with their ongoing Adults Welcome campaign, which is really branching out these days. As for now, Lego Botanical Collection contains of 3 sets, including this bonsai tree set. It contains of 878 pieces, includes 2 sets of interchangeable leaves in different colors. It retails for $50 or euros and may or may not be better than chocolate depending on your fondness for chocolate. And I really want to show you this beauty ASAP. Let me start with the box. This is the most elegant Lego box I've ever owned. It's clean, it's classy, it's eye-catching, it makes you want to instantly build it and display it. We have the completed model with green leaves here, while on the back you can see it with cherry blossom leaves and these extra frames showing you what to expect from this set. And on the side there's this plants from plants symbol, meaning some elements included in this set were made from a plant-based plastic. Instructions are equally appealing, and inside they are beautiful, informative and engaging. Just as in all 18+ sets, we are treated here with a curated customer experience from the start. We can learn about the art of bonsai, get to know the designer, read more about the set and Plants from Plants initiative, and at the end there are even some photos of inspirational models of other bonsai trees to get your creative juices flowing. Many AFOs would disagree with me on that, but for me the customer experience is a part of what you're paying for when you're buying Lego. And this is how the completed model looks like. And I think it's actually the only real world scale Lego set I have. And now we can do this review 2 ways. First, I can just tell you that building it was so zen and so nice, and we can just sit here, say nothing and look at this beauty. Second, I can actually tell you a little about this build and break it down for you. And I mean, no, literally, I don't intend to break it down like ever, but I can give you a little analysis. Let's do the latter. You're starting your building with the pot based on 2 6x8 dark tan plates and built over with snowed bricks, and then finished mainly with black slopes and tiles, and the building process was very zen and relaxing, and through various techniques it shows us exactly what modern Lego building is all about. And on the bottom of the pot you can find these little legs. Tires were used here in a very clever way, as they are giving you some extra friction to the stand below. Once your pot is ready, you can build and plant the bonsai tree there. In other words, the next step is building the trunk and boughs. Pieces that went inside this impressive structure were really varied. There's a nice selection of brown elements in few different tones. The trunk is curved very elegantly, and it is attached to the base via medium nougat plates with clips and a pair of reddish brown so-called rocker plates, or shields as I call them. It was very well calculated, and it is one of several examples of Lego mathematics in use. And then they are covered by beautifully structured and snotted side panels and topped with branches built around 3 pairs of hinge plates, which are giving the shape of the entire crown of the tree. And then there's this little reddish brown chocolate frog hiding below leaves, and there are these vines made from reddish brown flexible hoses all around the trunk and nicely shaped roots. Honestly, it's all just a one big display of modern genius techniques. Once the pot and the trunk are ready, it's time for the soil. We have 200 round 1x1 tails in dark tan, light nougat, medium nougat and olive green, which you mix up and then spill all around the trunk, and I must say it was very satisfying to do, and the visual effect is just great. The tree comes with 2 sets of leaves, classic green ones and cherry blossom white and pink ones. They are built in different steps, and the instructions actually give you a choice which ones do you want to build and when you want to build them, and it adds to the general pleasantness of the customer experience, in my humble opinion. I built the green leaves first, and by the way, I think this set is now responsible for like a third of all plant elements in my collection. Leaves come in two tones, big leaf elements are bright green and smaller ones are green, and together they make a very realistic impression. Building these branches with leaves was surprisingly interesting. I expected it to be repetitive and yet it wasn't. Plus, building them was very educational as for tree techniques, and that's the entire huge topic in LEGO MOX building community. And pinning leaves and leafy 1x1 green tiles with flower edges is more freestyle. You don't have to be as exact as usually as for what goes where. This step reminded me a bit of decorating a Christmas tree or a birthday cake. And together, our green LEGO bonsai tree looks just outstanding. And now, let's change our leaves to white and pink and show you how our cherry blossom bonsai tree looks like. Each leaf set contains of 4 segments, and I have to say swapping them was both easier and more fun than I thought it will be. Here in this set you have a lot of white from leaf elements, dark pink from flowers, and you have a lot of bright pink, as this set comes with 100 little frogs in that color for detail. The instruction provides us with a wonderful trivia that this is the highest number of frogs that appeared in any LEGO set ever. And speaking of trivia, you can find them on several other pages of instructions. For example, on page 53 there's an information about reddish-brown bicycle handlebars originating from LEGO Friends, here used as branches, and the trivia is another example how to engage adult audience with a LEGO set. Building the set and learning more about it at that same time is definitely a brilliant idea, and it really enhanced my customer experience. Building this set of leaves was delightfully different than building the green ones as for building process, techniques and elements used, and I really thought they will be built basically that same way, though to be honest it felt also a bit more repetitive too, as you have to repeat the building that same branch structure 12 times in a row. It doesn't mean though it wasn't still satisfying, and they do look as stunning as it gets once you build them. You can place the entire bonsai tree with leaves of your choice on the stand, which is the last thing you're building. It looks relatively simple, but don't let it deceive you. First off, fun fact, all elements from the back 6 which you're using as for this stand were in 2 colors only, reddish brown and dark brown. Second, once again we have here a very clever practical usage of LEGO mathematics, as these stems are 3/4 of a stud apart from each other, as they are lifted and built on a combination of plates and jumper plates. This entire stand looks very impressive and realistic, and it beautifully complements the pot with the bonsai tree. There's a small but decent selection of spares in this set, few 1x1s, 1 flower, 1 horn, a spacer and a bar plate element, and you've got a brick separator in dark turquoise, which is a relatively new variant of this element introduced only 2 years ago. Okay, so I think I won't surprise you with my verdict. To say this set looks impressive would be almost an insult, as this word doesn't do the set justice, and it looks absolutely beautiful and magnificent. It's a set that makes non-AFOs go, wow, is this made out of real Legos? And then you ask them to leave and never speak to them again because they said Legos, but you get my point. It's the only set I've ever owned. I have no intention of disassembling ever. It's just this beautiful, and there's a great chance your significant other won't mind if you display it, even if they're not into Lego. Plus, it's really affordable. If you want to buy yourself an extraordinary building experience and build something beautiful at the same time, just treat yourself to it and buy it. Believe me, you won't regret it. Now stay tuned for extras and bloopers, but let me just add that if you like what I'm doing here and you want to help me out so the mythical YouTube algorithm would recognize my existence, it would mean the world if you'd give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, watch my videos from the beginning to the end and subscribe to my channel. But for now, thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you around. Bye! It didn't have to grow on me. It didn't have to grow on me. Including this botanical is a really